when I met Dono for the first day, and he was, he's a big, tall guy, and sometimes looks a little mean.
Pretty quiet guy, nice guy, big dude.
On our first team call, he looked very serious, and I was like, I feel like this guy's gonna be pretty intense, but once you meet him, I mean, he's a great guy. If you met him just walking down the street, you wouldn't realize that he's a two-time MLS Goalkeeper of the Year.
I grew up as a New York Red Bulls fan, so I think I saw him play a couple times in person. I guess a little bit starstruck.
I mean, he's played for a bunch of teams all over MLS. He doesn't really talk about it a lot. It could be easy for him to kind of say like what he's done, but it's just really cool to see that he's just a regular guy and he's just like us.
I would say the most unique characteristic of him is sort of like the dichotomy between who he is and the expected keeper that you would see. Maybe if you watched highlights or games in the past, that's not necessarily who he is as a coach or necessarily who he is as a person.
He's got all these accolades from playing, and some people might think that he's arrogant or cocky, but in reality, he's really nice, he's down to earth, and once you get to know him, he's a really hopeful guy, especially in our careers.
He does the basics with us very well, which I think if you're going to excel in anything, you got to master the basics.
A lot of the game isn't upper 90 saves or these crazy moments that you see on highlight reels. A lot of it is things around our frame. You see goalkeepers in the Premier League or the MLS make them all day, but you don't realize how many hours and how many repetitions they've seen of it.
Making a big save, it stems from the basics too. So just making sure that we're sharpening our sword on a daily basis, all those little details.
If we have a shot right here, it may be a really fast shot, but if we've seen that in practice 10,000 times, that becomes routine. Dono pushes us to make sure that we're doing the simple things at a very high level and as perfect as they can be, but at the same time making sure we know that mistakes happen, it's football, we're human.
Obviously, you're going to get emotional in the game. There's going to be highs and lows. I mean, a game itself can be a roller coaster of, goal, your team's up, and then you're down, and then you come back. But I think whenever you speak with him, he brings that level of objectivity of just, okay, this is what happened, this is what we're going to do about it, this is how we learn. He knows so much about the game, not just goalkeeping, but the game as a whole. A ton of experience as a player, but also as a coach, and he's done some amazing things. And again, I think that inspires all of us.
I think we have a pretty good relationship. We both like to joke around a lot. It's not really any different than a relationship you'd have with like a coworker in a more traditional workplace, I'd say. Maybe like a cool boss.
He trash talks to me every day, every practice, and I do it right back. And I think it's important, and I think it's a good aspect of our player-coach relationship. He does care for me as a player and person.